Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this analysis. One Musalia Mudavadi should get worried of what is happening in Kakamega because Bony Khalwale, who is vying for the Senate seat there through UDA, is intentionally declining to campaign for ANC candidates that are seeking MCA and MP seats in that area. We will look at that because I think his worry is not only on Musalia Mudavadi but on a trap that he has actually decided to fall in. While campaigning in Busia and Kakamega and some parts of Bungoma, today the 21st of April, Mudavadi has come out to confirm what Cleophas Malala was telling the electorates in that area, that his deal with Deputy President is the best. And the deal is that he's going to get 30% of government, all the way from cabinet slots, ambassador, and other appointments. So in the whole Kenya Kwanza arrangement, the Luhya nation is going to get 30%. That is what he's selling. It is not new because I think even Malala had mentioned about this. But in that, what was actually, why they were going to Western was to prepare the ground for indication that William Ruto is going to pick his running mate from Central Kenya. And so they're just trying to prepare the audience there, or the voters there, trying to tell them that they should not worry if Musalia Mudavadi is not named the running mate, but is named but is given the cabinet slots. But let me tell you why that deal is it is impractical. He can't be given that 30%. That one for sure I can say. But why that is being done is to make him be accommodative, in the sense that all those members of parliament that are seeking elective seats that are likely to lose, or the ones that lost in the nominations, to avert the fallout is to tell them the stakes that Musalia Mudavadi has there, so that they can coalesce around Musalia Mudavadi. And I may not be surprised if Mudavadi also knows why that is happening. But I want to tell you why. That is reason number one. The reason number two is it is a counter narrative to a narrative that has propped up from Azimio side. Remember 2 days ago, Sifuna, Aladwa, and Tim Wanyonyi, in defense of Tim Wanyonyi's Nairobi gubernatorial ticket, they came out to announce that they wanted a stakes in the Azimio la Umoja government. They were calling for, I think, 3 cabinet slots, some MP seats in Nairobi, and also the Nairobi governor seat. What is bringing that is, the Sifuna and the team are talking in Nairobi. But then I think the campaign team of Musalia Mudavadi and of Deputy President William Ruto decided to seize the moment and crash the program, headed to Western Kenya to prop up, and now that was the best time to tell them what Mudavadi stands to gain. That was done to counter what the Azimio team in Luhya Nation in Azimio are talking about. Very interesting development, and the reason why I feel it is not going to be very possible. Now let's look at this video of Bony Khalwale. And Bony Khalwale has declined to campaign for UDA for ANC candidates. In Kakamega, there are 10 constituencies: Mumias West, Mumias East, Lurambi, Malava, Lugari, Likuyani, Matungu, Butere, Kwesero. Unlike 2017, ODM this time round have really done well in terms of getting the right candidates for those constituencies because they inherited from the ANC. The reason why ODM did not get many seats in Kakamega, last time they only got, I think, 1, that was Mumias West. But the only reason why they did not get is they decided to support ANC in some of those positions. Not that they lost, they did not field candidates in favor of ANC. So when ANC crossed over to join Ruto, that is why they inherited back their aspirants. So likely to happen. And that is why things are very thick in Kakamega. I want you to watch this video and pay attention to one thing, to two things. One, how the audience are interacting with Bony Khalwale.
No problem. Wewe kuwa ODM, right. Sahi ukweli usemwe. ODM imemaliza nomination, ANC imemaliza jana, UDA imemaliza, kiti ya rais nimemwombea Ruto, kiti ya governor Malala ameomba. Sasa nyinyi mliobaki MCA, MP, woman MP, sahau mwenyewe kuja mbele ya umma ya Waluya ujitetee kama unafaa. I don't care, upate kura, uwe ODM, uwe ANC, uwe for Kenya, uwe UDA, upate kura. But we want our leaders who can deliver for our people, not jokers who go for salary in parliament, not knowing that our people must receive salary.
Something is very interesting here, that if you watch that video critically, that audience was not an audience for Bony Khalwale. And when he started talking, he was saying that, I think you guys are saying ODM, ODM. What that shows you is that audience was already much inclined towards ODM. So that is why he was telling them that. But then, to keenly, if you look at the way it is, it seems it's in some sort of a field, in a village setup, because in Kakamega it's more of a village setup, and so people just propped in, and the audience was just built from the local mobilization. But then they're not interacting with what he's saying completely. There are only some 2-3 people that are trying to interact. I want to attribute that one, that audience, I want to say, first, they did not understand what you're saying. They did not understand in the sense that I don't know why he was speaking English. It doesn't sink. The only few people that interact are the few people that understand English. There's some things, so the audience that if you address in the village, you just have to address them in the language they better interact with. They understand, yes, but they rarely interact with that language. And I'm not saying that there is low literacy levels in Kakamega. I should not be quoted out of context. That is number one. Number two, it's not. No. So let's face the reality. Why do you think Bony is saying, Bony Khalwale is saying, vote for Ruto, vote for Malala, vote for me, but the women rep and other MP and MCA positions, let them be voted on merit? I dare ask a question. Why not governor? Because if there is someone that can really bring development in the county of Kakamega, that is the office of the governor. But that is just a question. What am I seeing here? What I'm seeing here is some 3 things. And before I do that, before I explain that, kindly, if you're watching this video and you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe. We're heading to 17,000 subscribers. I'll be glad if by the end of the month we get to May at 17. I'll be so glad. And kindly share our videos. And you can also give us your opinion why Bony is not campaigning for the UDA, or rather for exclusively Kenya Kwanza candidates. We are going to look at that. So there is something that is happening, and that is why Mudavadi needs to get worried. There is party zoning, where in Kakamega, or rather in some areas of Western, ANC was to be given dominance so that UDA does not conduct nominations there, but it does not field candidates. If you are keen, you'll realize that UDA nominations were not, they did not do many posts in terms of nominations in Western. In fact, if they did nominations in Western, I don't know which areas, but you can challenge me and tell me they did here and there. They did not do, especially in Kakamega. So the issue of the party zoning is not selling. And that is what Bony is trying to indicate here, is that issue of let's vote for ANC and UDA is not here, especially in the elective posts. He might be protesting that because, one, he is a candidate of party zoning. He was forced to step down for governor to go to Senate through UDA so that the governor will go to ANC. And that is one of the reasons why he might be protesting. Number two, I am also seeing a Bony Khalwale was trying to please the audience. And why? Because the majority was ODM. And I told you why Kakamega ODM will perform better in 2022 than 2017. Most of those candidates that won through ANC were formerly ODM candidates, but they switched to the other side because the parties were working together. But then it was not very easy for the ground to be receptive of Kenya Kwanza, or rather the Ruto's party. That's why they decided to go back to ODM, and some of them then went to UDA. But they have to manage to DAPK. But they have to manage the ODM and DAPK must have a very good modality of working together. So I see a place where it is more of ODM, and he has realized that if you start saying more of in terms of those areas that vote for this, vote for that person, that might even hurt his Senate ballot. And that is why he has opted not to campaign for the ANC candidates, because what we'll expect is to say vote for ANC. Number three, and this is why Mudavadi needs to get worried. What I would expect, and I think I had analyzed here, that for the central Kenya, the messaging would be easy if they say that please vote for us in Kenya Kwanza, or rather vote for Musalia Mudavadi's ANC party here, because Mudavadi is one of our own and is representing the interest in Kenya Kwanza. So the reason why he needs to get worried is that the people that are supposed to send this message are the Bony Khalwale, and they seems to be turning their back, because the Mudavadi stake in Kenya Kwanza is no longer driving the necessary traction. For him to get that support, he needs to get traction. But that part 30%, when this is happening, it is the same day that he's talking about 30% government. People are feeling like, look here, this is not realistic. And two, you might not even form that government. So when you start telling people give you 30% and you've not yet formed the government, yes, you're giving hope. That information is very attractive to the compact majority, the people around Musalia Mudavadi, but it doesn't sink to the voters or other electorates in the community. So ladies and gentlemen, that's my three reasons why Khalwale is saying, look here, I'm not going to push for that. But then if you're from Kakamega, you can also tell us. Lastly, are you somewhere within Nairobi, in these estates where you experience blackouts? You need to check out to the Instalight company. This entity does power backup systems, and they have amazing offers this month, starting all the way from 125,000 to 195,000, and it can go beyond depending on how you want it to be customized. Interestingly, can you reach out to them at 0722 812 883, and please 0722 812 818 883, and please make it clear that you have been forwarded there, or that the referral is from Kevin Oduor. Asanteni sana, I think, and to the next.